Hello my loves, and thank you for joining me. It's Kirsten, and today we are doing day 9 of the 13 days of horror, and today I am going through some oceanic horror recommendations. So grab yourselves a beverage, let me know what are some of your favourite ocean horror books, and let's just get straight into this. So I'm going to start off with a few that I don't own physically because I forgot to do that with some of the other videos and I kept forgetting, and at the end of the videos you've got, oh my god, wait, I forgot XYZ book. So I've been a little bit better about it, and I'm gonna go through the 3 that I don't own physically first. So we have From Below by Darcy Coates. This is a book I picked up after I read one of the other books I'm going to be recommending to you, and I really wanted something that would scratch that same itch, and this is very similar to that book. So the book I'm talking about is Into the Drowning Deep, which we will get into, but From Below has a kind of similar setup. I will say for me, I found this one a little bit more easy breezy reading. It wasn't as well written in terms of technicals, like the scientific aspect of it all, but it was a really easy read. In this one, we are following a group of people that are investigating this ship that has turned up miles and miles off course. It's a ship that's been missing for absolutely ages. They're a little bit like freaked out as to how it even got there, but this could be the payday of, you know, ages. Like they would do so well to have this discovery. Would be amazing for them. And we're following the different characters. You've got a cameraman, you've got the person that's the front of the documentary that they're filming, you've got the actual scientific oceanic scientists and stuff that are involved and stuff, and they've all got their different reasons for being on this ship, for wanting to do this investigation, and so they start going down there. Now they do take some risks, some of these characters make some stupid decisions. It's a horror book, you know, it's kind of like those moments when you're seeing a film and you're just like, you are making the dumbest choice right now, why are you doing this? It's kind of like that with this book, which also made for, again, very entertaining, easy reading. They then go down and they discover what made this ship sink, and maybe they're still there. And I did enjoy this. I think the way this was done was really gripping. Like, it was such an easy read. I definitely want to read more by Darcy Coates. I think they've got a way of writing that's a little bit like a popcorn book. This is like a popcorn horror, and so, you know, it's tasty, it's easy, it's not filling, it's not going to be like the best experience ever, but it is enjoyable while you've got it. So that's what I liked about this one. It was very similar. I wouldn't recommend reading this very close to Into the Drowning Deep or vice versa, because the setup of this book is very similar, especially like some of the formatting as well. So you'll get like little snippets of well, I suppose it's slightly different. You get a bit of a past timeline of what's going on the ship, the people that are dealing with it in the moment of this ship sinking and all of that. So I really enjoyed that. I think that really added to this, because it just kind of added to that creeping dread of what is going on. And so you'll see in the present day of them going down onto this ship and this kind of like ghost ship that they're exploring, and then the past timeline of it all building up. And yeah, I think the tension was built up really well in this book. So yeah, I enjoyed this. I think this was quite a good book, quite easy to read. Then another one we've got is a little bit more sci-fi, cosmic horror leaning, and I was tempted to put it in that subcategory because I do have one for it. But I feel like this worked with this one because it's what is in the ocean, and that is Our Wives Under the Sea by Julia Armfield. This is a tale that deals with a lot of grief. I would say it's on the lighter horror end, but it does have that slight cosmic horror towards the end. But in this one we've got 2 women. One who has stayed up on land. She has been waiting for her wife to come back to her, and her wife does, but she's changed, she's different, and so she's had to deal with the loss of losing her wife, because it went on for a lot longer than it should have, with her wife being in the submarine, because she is again, an ocean scientist. I'm really bad with the technical names. I do apologise. I should have checked all of that. Would I remember it even if I checked it? Probably not. But she was a scientist for the ocean. She was going down into the submarine. It was going down a lot deeper than anyone's ever managed before. And obviously we've got one of our characters who stayed up on land waiting for her to return. When she finally does, she realises that her wife is not the same, and it's kind of like losing her all over again, and it's very much a tale of grief. And then the other storyline we get is what happened down in that submarine, and I really enjoyed it because it really did remind me of things like H.P. Lovecraft, Algernon Blackwood, that sort of thing where it's unusual and not explained. I thought was really well done. I enjoyed that. So it's a little bit lighter on the horror. It's definitely I would say it's a very light mesh of horror, sci-fi and literary, kind of all done into one, but it does really go, what is in the ocean? And it's kind of terrifying. So yeah, I liked it. I think if you're looking for that grief storyline with this, I think this is a really good one to read. Very poignant. One that's kind of stuck with me for a long time after reading it, which I didn't expect. Like when I finished reading it, I was like, okay, that was good. That was interesting. And then it's just kind of stuck with me. And I do find myself thinking about it every so often, and I'm just like, that was a really good book. I definitely want to own a physical copy of this one, because it was poignant, it was beautiful, it was heartbreaking, and then with the added cosmic horrorness added to it, I just think it just gives it an unsettling edge to it all, because you're trying to find out what happened in that submarine, and it all being very just eerie and unset, because you don't have any set hard and fast answers, and it's the unknown and the uncanny that adds to the atmosphere of this book, which I quite enjoyed. And then the last one I have for you is a little novella that I've not stopped thinking about since I read, and I absolutely loved, and I definitely want to read more by this author, and that is The Haar by David Sodergrand. This is a book I was reading because I was doing research for Battle of the Booktuber. So I read it towards the end of last year, and I was just debating whether I was going to recommend it, which, to be fair, I kind of wish I did. I was thinking about recommending this to Rainey, and I don't know, I feel like potentially, I don't know if she's read it, I can't remember now, but I feel like potentially she'd like it. But anyway, it's a short, tiny little novella. It's not a long book at all, but it's impactful. I really enjoyed the storyline. So we've got this story of this tiny little Scottish village that is, we've got a few elderly characters that are refusing to move, and we've got this like tycoon that's got loads of money and stuff that wants to buy out this village, decimate it and turn it into a golfing course. And you know, you've got the residents there that are like, no, we're not moving, but they make it impossible to stay. They do some really heinous things to really try and push these people out of their homes, and that in of itself is horrible. The one particular character that we're following, she lost her husband to the sea a long time ago, but one evening something comes in from the sea and it sounds like her husband. Is it her husband? And yeah, then things are happening to these people that are trying to push the townsfolk out, and it gets kind of wild. But I really liked it. I thought it was really good. It also does a lot of commentary on how the rich just subjugate the poor, and how, you know, there's no care there's no protection of things, like how you're happy just to wreck people's lives just to build a golf course for your own entertainment. Like, it's just horrendous. Like, so you've got a lot of commentary about that. You've also got the commentary of grief and loss, losing a loved one, and then also the horror of what is happening. And it's also kind of a love story. It's kind of cute. I don't know, it made me happy. Like, the ending of it, I was like, that is such a good ending and I'm so happy for you. But like, the things that happened weren't great, but like, I don't know, I think it just kind of worked. Very much looking forward to reading more by this author. Yeah, I find myself thinking about this book a lot. I just think it was very good at what it was doing. It had the right blend of horror, this thing coming from the ocean, and then all the other things that I've already mentioned. I think it was good. It was a good book and very interesting, really looking into loneliness, grief, love, and fighting for what you believe in. I feel like that was explored really well in this book, and yeah, I liked it. I think this was a good one. If you've only got a little bit of time and you want just something quick that's going to give you a little bit of horror for the spooky season that's something to do with the ocean, I would give this one a try. Speaking of another quick little horror book, we have The Salt Grows Heavy by Cassandra Khor. This is probably my favourite Cassandra Khor book, and I loved it. I mean, look how creepy that is. That's excellent. Basically, in this book, we are following a mermaid who is on land. She has been taken from the ocean, and she is having to work with this, it's the doctor with the masks. You know, the long noses? Do we have a name for it? Plague Doctor. There we go. So she is having to stay with this plague doctor as they make their way through this kind of like eerie forest and stuff, and they discover different things as they go, but we learn about mermaids in this book, how they are depicted, and I really liked it. If you're looking for a really dark retelling of The Little Mermaid, it's very loosely, but if you're just wanting a dark tale of mermaids, yeah, I would say this one. It's got the fairy tale quality to it. So I do hear a lot of people saying, you know, it's like The Little Mermaid, but make it dark. I think it's just because it's a fairy tale feeling horror book with mermaids in it. And that's kind of what it works. And I don't want to give you much more than that because it is a tiny little book. But the things that they come across, dealing with different things, seeing our perspective from a mermaid and how, you know, she's not human. And so she views things in a different way. And I really enjoyed that. I thought the writing was really good. It was really lyrical. It worked really well for a fairy tale-esque. So yeah, I enjoyed this one a lot. That was something else I was like, do I do a whole category of fairy tale horror? Like, this is a thing. I could do so many subcategories and I've already done like 10, and yet I still keep thinking of others that I'm like, yeah, but this could also fit for that, and it could also fit for this. And there are some horror books that I haven't even been able to mention and get onto different things. Like, there's so many. So I definitely am thinking I'm going to do this again next year. Let me know if you'd like to see that and what sort of subgenres you'd like to see. But I feel like this one does work for a good fairy tale horror. But in this instance, it's the ocean because we've got these mermaids that have come from the ocean and we're learning about this foresty world. So while it doesn't take place on the ocean, we are seeing a monster from the ocean. So that's how I worked it in with this one. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. This is one that I keep thinking about quite a lot as well. And I just, I love it. Like, just all of the artwork is so eerie. And I just, yeah, this was really good. This was a good book to read. It was like short, sweet. Again, if you're wanting something like that for spooky season, I would say give this one a read. I would recommend this one over Nothing But Blackened Teeth. I think this one is a lot stronger. And then obviously Cassandra Clare's got their newest work, which is a much bigger story. Well, compared to this, it's bigger. And then the last one I have for you is, of course, Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. My favourite one. Is it my favourite one out of these Yes, I think it is. My favourite one out of these recommendations. I loved this book. This is kind of like sci-fi horror. The science in this is so well done. It feels almost kind of believable that this is possible. And this is the one that I would say is quite similar to the From Below by Darcy Coates. So wouldn't recommend reading those too close together unless of course you really want those vibes, in which case they're both going to scratch that itch. I do think this is the stronger book out of the two. It's more thought out, more fleshed out. The science in it is a lot cleaner done, and it's got mermaids, so it was always going to win because of that. So basically this book, we have this ship that is let me start at the beginning. There was this ship that went out to the Mariana Trench and they were going to be filming this spoof documentary on mermaids. You know, making it look like it's real, but it's not. It's fake science, you know. But they discover something in the Mariana Trench and everybody on that ship dies. And they don't have anything. There's been a few leaks here and there of different things. There's lots of conspiracy theories around it all, but nothing solid. Now, one of the people that was on that ship for the documentary is one of our main characters' sister, and she has been obsessed with the Mariana Trench ever since, really trying to work out exactly what happened. She is an ocean scientist. She's one of the ones that does sound. Again, should have checked all these titles before doing this. Never mind. But she focuses in on sounds, echo something or other, and uses those sound waves to kind of piece together what is out there and things. So she does that in her spare time. She's focusing as much as she can on the Mariana Trench, and then one day she gets an invitation. There is going to be a second ship going to find out what happened to that first ship, and she of course jumps at the opportunity. We also get different perspectives of some of the other people that are on that ship that are there for different reasons. We've got a big game hunter, we've got other scientists as well, we've got a mixture of different people. We've also of course got the crew that are filming everything, and then they get out to the Mariana Trench and they do find what is there, and all hell breaks loose. I really enjoyed this book. I really liked the way it was formatted. I really enjoyed piecing together what happened, and then of course the absolute carnage of the story. Brilliant. I absolutely loved it. There is a little novella that I haven't read yet, but I definitely want to, which is Into the Rolling Deep. But I don't know, I've been struggling to find a copy of that one. I'm gonna have to look again and see what places I can get it from. But I definitely want to be rereading this book really soon. I really, really want to reread this one. Since I first read it, I've just been non-stop thinking about it, and I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was just so interesting. I really enjoyed the science of it. Because it was so scientific, it led to, oh my god, this could be real, which then added to the fear. So it was really well done. I did really enjoy this book, and yeah, would recommend. But that's it. This is a genre where I can't even say like some of the other books where I'm like, oh, I've got other oceanic horror in with some of the other subcategories because they fitted better there, which I have done for a few of these different videos because I don't want to bore you with the same books being repeated in each of the videos, so I've made sure each of those books are different. This one I couldn't really do that with. I have been trying and looking for different oceanic horror books, but I feel like there's not as many, or at least not as many that I find that I enjoy as much. I feel like there is kind of like this gap within the horror genre of oceanic horror, so I'd be really intrigued if you have any other recommendations that you think I should look into. I have started reading Scuttle's Cove, but I haven't got that far into that book. And yeah, I would just be intrigued to see if you've got any other recommendations on what you think of it. But that is the end of this video. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Truly, I'm grateful for all of you that take the time to watch this video, whether you comment or silently watch or anything. I really appreciate it. If you've made it this far but just don't have anything to comment, then of course we're gonna have to leave either a wave emoji or like a mermaid or something ocean related in the comments below if you've made it this far. And an extra special thank you of course goes out to all of my Patreons for all of your support over there. Like, I still can't believe it. I have that support over there. Like, I'm really loving it. If you're ever interested in anything that I do, extra content and stuff, I always have it linked below so you can check it out, but no pressure. That's everything. So thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, then please do consider giving it that thumbs up, subscribing and commenting. Those 3 things really help this channel out. My social media links, anyone I've mentioned, Discord and Patreon, will be linked below for you, and I will of course catch you in the very next video.